to Mic Check Waifu Waifu.
Mic check. Mic check, waifu, waifu. Tell him, is that you?
Yes, sir. What's going on?
This is episode 177 of Mic Check Waifu Waifu. As always, it's brought to you by Lube Complex. It's the hoodie you see me wearing today and a hat. Go to lubecomplex.com, use that offer code waifu to save on your entire cart. Oh shit. Now dip. I forgot to bring up the Patreons and shit. Shout out to our Patreon producers, AB, Aaron Brown, Dre to Go, G, Johnny from Show Go High, Ked the Pro from Chaotic Culture Podcast, explicitly Monique Williams and our boy Nashi. Thank y'all so much for supporting this and many other episodes of the podcast. We truly appreciate you. We truly love you all. Thank you so much. You can go to patreon.com/MicCheckWaifuWaifu. Get early access to the video versions, which I still need to edit 2 episodes of that because they were screwed up via the YouTubes. Get access to our bonus podcast, The After Story, where we talk about everything, not just anime, but life in general, ideals, futures, pasts, all of the above. So check out the After Story podcast exclusively the video version on patreon.com/MicCheckWaifuWaifu. We're also going to have some exclusive content as well as some video game content up there as well. So make sure you guys check out Mic Check Waifu's Patreon. We appreciate that so very, very much. Follow us on Twitter at Mic Check Waifu, on Instagram at Mic Check Waifu Waifu, and on TikTok at Mic Check Waifu Waifu. Now, before we get started, today the plan is to discuss quite a few things from our Twitter, quite a few things that we've watched, and in our spoiler talk, per usual. Tell, how you feeling, brother?
Man, I'm good, bro. I can't even lie to you. I'm good. I'm excited. I'm ready to do this. As y'all, some of y'all might know, it's technically Monday. We normally record on Sundays, and it's early. It's morning, or not morning. It feels like morning for me because
true.
All I had to do today so far was get new internet, and I know Polo pretty happy about that.
I'm so fucking happy about it. Listen, y'all don't understand. To be able to see Montel for real and to hear him properly is brand new. Something we haven't had in months of recording this podcast. So, you know, I'm not going to jinx it or nothing like that, but we shouldn't hear Robot Tail and we shouldn't see Pixelated Tail. So if you're watching that early version, that's on patreon.com/MicCheckWaifuWaifu, or even later, subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/MicCheckWaifuWaifu. You'll see it's nice and clear today. Let's do it.
How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good, man. I picked up some. All right, this is what had happened. Okay, Twitch.
What happened?
Obviously, I've been doing Twitch and I've been streaming Black Desert Online. I took a little. It was not even a big break. I took a slight break from it and started playing like New World and shit, just playing other stuff, and I've been having a good time. I actually, in relevance to our question, one of our questions today, I'm asking now since we right here. It was the first question we got when we put out our question thread. Rob, aka the father of Vash, aka Dad Needs to Talk podcast. Make sure you check out that podcast. Great show over there. He says, I'm curious if either one of y'all are excited for God of War Ragnarok. Do y'all have a history with the series in general? I'm hyped beyond belief. And side note, oh shit, I should have probably read all of this. Side note, this episode will be coming out at my son's Vash 5th birthday. So this will be the extra special pod in my memory. Yes, it is. Let's go. All right.
Can we sing Happy Birthday? That's a copyrighted song, ain't it?
It's a copyrighted song, unfortunately. We gotta freak it up. Happy birthday. No, happy birthday, Lil Vash. That's dope, man. Happy birthday, dude. That's awesome. But to answer your question, I literally just beat God of War today, 2018, for the first time. Shout out to Connor. Connor is a buddy of ours who actually gifted me the copy of God of War, and it just took me till now to beat it.
Funny enough, Connor also gifted me God of War, and that same God of War is the first God of War I've actually ever played.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I played all the PS2 versions because my cousin Martell, he had them, and I liked it. It was crazy. It's intense.
I've watched every God of War, like the full gameplay. I just never played them, and I don't know what it was that I just didn't feel into it. But the God of War, the 2018 one, man,
that shit blew my fucking mind, dude.
The whole formula, how the gameplay loop is, the combat system is.
The one take, the game is in one take, and for cinematographers out there, that's special, bro. This is the very first video game that I've ever played that was taking place in one take. Obviously, video games uses load screens, and the way they did their load screens was so fucking creative. Like you could tell when they came in, but you couldn't tell at the same time. And it's just so good. So I'm super excited about Ragnarok. I need to see if I can buy it because it comes out the day this episode releases. But yeah, I'm excited for that. Hopefully I'm gonna be taking a trip back up to Ohio soon to visit my family. Today, the day we're recording this, is actually my niece's 3rd birthday. So happy birthday, Skylar. I love you.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. With that being said, man, let's hop into our episodes of the week. Tell them television. What was your episode of the week this week, bro?
Man, I saw this little clip and bro said, I am, and then you hear the atomic through the headphones. That shit was fire, bro. I think that would have gave me episode of the week alone, just from that chill I got. So I'm gonna go with Eminence in the Shadows because god damn, bro.
That was really fucking good. I hate myself because my episode of the week is more than a married couple.
Yo, that was my second choice because that was a astounding episode as well.
I cannot believe this shit got like 4 out of the 5 weeks that has been out. It's just all right. I'm gonna say this because I'm not gonna go into spoilers. Obviously, we're gonna talk spoilers at the second half of the show for this particular episode as well. What this show does so well is it gives not only our main characters Jiro and Akari these impossible like feelings because they're kind of wrestling with the fact that do I like Jiro, do I like Akari, do I want Sayori, do I want Tenji? They're kind of wrestling with that. Obviously that's kind of the premise of the show, but this does something that no other show like this has ever done to me besides My Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu, and that's the inability to make a fucking choice. I am internally confused. I'm like, damn, do I want him to be with Watabe or do I want him to be with Sayori? I don't fucking know because I'm not going to talk about it to the spoiler half of the show, but this gives me that trouble, that confliction of I don't know which one I want him to be with. And that is incredible. That is an incredible feeling.
I'm going to say this once.
Mm-hmm.
Sayori is dope.
Very. No, she's no. We got.
Akari
is
dope.
Best
girl.
It's so hard, man. They're both incredible. And this episode kind of proves how incredible they both are because it's a rough situation. And we're gonna talk about that in the second half of the show. I really want to get into that. Really want to dive deep into that. So More Than a Married Couple But Not Lovers. If you haven't watched it yet, watch the fucking shit, please. Please watch it.
It's on point. It's gold.
It's actually great. Like, actually great. Yes, it's labeled ecchi. So if you're not an ecchi fan, don't watch it, I guess. No, watch it. Because it's not even that ecchi. It's not even that bad, to be honest. Also, in honor of Rob, aka the father of Vash, and TCB and YC, they both recommended Do It Yourself to me. I should say. And I watched the first episode. It's cute. I'd probably definitely have to watch more because I haven't seen the specialness of it. Usually when they say something and it's like it's because it's special, and TCB mentioned that there was an episode that hit an emotional beat for him that was so good. So I'm gonna continue to watch it to see where I go from there. But watching the first episode, I was just kind of like, this is cute, But I was kind of like, this is a cute, and do I need to watch it way? Not yet. So I definitely have to watch another episode. I don't know why I couldn't watch more than one at the time I was watching it. I think it was because because I was too excited to watch Beast Tamers, because I had the Beast Tamers episode like up. Well, it wasn't up yet, so that's why I did Do It Yourself. I watched Do It Yourself because the Beast Tamers episode didn't come out exactly at the right time, or at the time I thought it was. So I watched the episode of Do It Yourself, and then Beast Tamers was up, and I watched that. So Beast Tamers also still good, really good.
Of course. Beast Tamers, they met a new character, so I love when they meet a new character, especially the ultimate. What do they call them? The ultimate
fairy
species, the ultimate species. I wasn't trying to drop that. You giving spoilers?
Well, it's in the intro, and I kind of want to get into that. Kind of segues to perfectly my fucking definition of why I hate intros, bro. I'm gonna skip intros every single time. And the reason why is because shows just are willing to give you the entire story in the intro. Like, bro, let us introduce us to this. You know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody's never read Chainsaw Man and you watch the intro, you're gonna know what the team is. If nobody ever watched Beast Tamers, you're gonna know what the team is if you watch the intro.
But hear me out. I feel like, you know who the team is. We met most of the team already in these first few episodes, but
no, we didn't.
Most of them. Well, I mean, I'm just saying we met a decent amount of the team. I mean, I think there's still.
We met one for like 3 episodes.
But hear me out. I feel like Chainsaw Man didn't really spoil that much in the intro, at least not to me. But I guess also I already know.
Exactly.
But I guess if I didn't know, the way I'm looking at it is like the biggest thing that's a spoiler to me is the damn snail. Mm-hmm. But that's also, I'm somebody who know what that snail is supposed to represent. But I feel like it's also obvious. Beast Tamers definitely spoils
the entire fucking show, basically.
Everything.
That's why I can honestly say watching the intro to like Slice of Life are different, because they're just kind of jumbled messes. You know what I'm saying?
But that's how I felt about Chainsaw Man's intro. It's like it was kind of like all over the place. Like, no, I think if you know it, you can piece it together. But if you don't know going in, I don't know if you can really piece it together.
You can after the first episode. The moment they put him in a tie and a shirt, if you've never read Chainsaw Man, the moment they put him in a tie and a shirt, that's when you knew, okay. So now in the intro, it shows Power with a tie and a shirt. It shows the edgy boy with the tie and a shirt. It kind of just throws the whole team together in this one little intro. It's like, fuck. It's an issue. My Hero's shitty intro, they do well. They do well with keeping it vague, even though they suck. But
it sucks for the last, how many seasons of My Hero? Is it 6?
Yeah. I think
so this is for the last 5.
I agree, man. That's so funny, man. That's so funny. I can't listen. Someone talk from My Hero is gonna be fun too.
I want to say, and I haven't started yet, but I'm just saying this for the people who do watch it. To Your Eternity. I will be starting To Your Eternity season 2 this week.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Just so we can kind of, I'm not going to really talk on it too much, but I want to talk about it next week. So I will be starting To Your Eternity season 2 next week, or this week, and then we'll talk about it next week, or I'll talk about it. See how y'all, I guess, I haven't really been seeing that much commentary on it.
None.
Lately.
I saw none. Well, I'm not also on Twitter either.
Yeah, I've also been mad dry on social media lately.
Same.
Like I haven't.
Same.
You might get an Instagram story, but everything else has been mad weak.
I've been trying to tell myself, all right, I'm gonna get on Twitter this week, and I just don't touch it. I
was telling Wonder of Anime, I was talking about how I tagged Mike Check Waifu because that's the only way Polo's gonna even comment. Yeah. But I was like, I mean, I guess it don't really matter because it's hard. I mean, but I ain't saying it's hard. I'm just saying, we don't be on there too much. But I'm also trying to work my way back in there, slowly but surely.
I'm gonna try to.
If for everybody who is watching To Your Eternity though, let me know what y'all thinking about it. If y'all got some gut checks before I get in there, because I mean I don't really care for spoilers too much, but if y'all got some gut checks, let me know, because I want to go in and I'm gonna try and enjoy it as best I can. I know the first season was okay to me. I didn't think it was nothing groundbreaking, but I know how some people loved it and cried so much and stuff like that. But we gonna be in there.
Make sure y'all follow him at King Telliano on Twitter. TELLIANO for those that didn't know. Let's go into another question, shall we? Let's go to our boy Huey TJ at Huey TJ2 says, what's a show you thought about dropping but glad you kept watching?
I got 2.
Okay.
And Polo gonna laugh at both of them. The first one was Steins Gate. Because I tell you, my first time watching Steins Gate, I was like, I want to turn this shit off so fucking bad.
I don't even know how. That's the crazy part.
Oh my god, it was so bad watching it the first time. I even think I started it like 3 times and just never get past that first episode.
It's so good though.
But it did get good. Once it got good, it stayed good, and then everything else made sense as to why it wasn't good to me.
We got to revisit that one day because I need to know exactly what about that first episode that was so bad. I didn't see it.
I wasn't intrigued. It didn't seem special. I'll do a rewatch, like just that first episode, and kind of try and get back in the moment of when I was watching it the first time.
Yeah, because that's hard to do because like when you. Because I keep
now I enjoy it. Yeah, so now I know if I go back and look at it, I'm like,
that's the thing that I'm struggling with, because if you go back and you watch that first episode, I'm like, maybe I'm tripping because maybe it was a bad first episode, and I'm only saying that is not because I watched the whole thing. But when I was watching it, I don't remember even thinking this is bad. Like, and I watched it during the time where I was like, where I wanted a lot from my anime, and I feel like I got a lot that first episode. So I'm gonna have to do that too.
Don't you want a lot from your anime now? I feel like
that's I guess that's the same thing, but I felt like it was a lot. You know what I'm saying? That's the point I was trying to make. I feel like it was a lot. So I gotta rewatch that first episode too. We might have to do that and come back next week for real. Like for real.
Right. But the other one is My Teen Romantic Comedy.
That one also blows my fucking mind.
But that first like 6 or 7 episodes for me was also so not immensely wonderful, but also I was not a Slice of Life fan.
Yes,
really.
That's true.
Like,
that's completely different.
Barely even, but now,
which is a nice way to come in, to be honest.
Yeah, My Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu, or My Teen Romantic Comedy, My Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu, My Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu Climax, all fucking masterpieces.
Yes, I agree.
So, what about you?
That I'm glad I kept watching. That was tough because like I said, after Clannad, I've watched everything pretty much all the way through. So to regret something and not keep watching it, or to keep watching it, I mean, I'm watching it, I'm like, I don't want to keep watching this shit. I mean, One Piece. Yes, I've been on this very long break, but when I started it, I was ready to drop it because I kept thinking about how many episodes I had. But then I don't regret that I got to 535 or something. Actually, I got my list put up right here. Where did I get to?
We about to get
535. Yeah, 535. So I'm still watching it slowly. But another one was one that I'm glad I didn't drop, because I wouldn't have found out how bad it was. And that's Darling in the Franxx. Okay. The show started off so good. And then it did. It started off really good. And then it started to get terrible. And I'm like, I should probably end it here. And if I would have ended it there, I probably would have thought the show was still good and probably would have been American Minute it to people. And I'm glad I didn't stop, because I found out it's actual garbage. And I can say, don't watch Darling in the Franxx, like, ever.
I feel like it gave me exactly what I expected.
Really?
Yeah, I did not expect greatness from Darling in the Franxx.
Bro, it started off so nice, though.
I also didn't hate it.
She was trash.
But do I think it was good? Would I say like it's a great anime to watch? No. If someone told me they were into mecha and slice of life, would I recommend it? Probably only for that. But I can't even really imagine anything else. Also, oh wait, did you have more to say about Dr.
No,
Frank?
oh, hell no. I was just no.
Speaking of birthdays, for my people watching Gundam Witch from Mercury, oh my fucking god, Polo, it was a great episode.
Oh,
it was a great episode. So it was a happy birthday episode.
Okay. We ain't talking about birthdays in like 30 minutes.
Bro, so just I'm gonna go into a little bit of spoilers because I know Polo not gonna watch it, so it ain't gonna be too much. But basically, our main character, she comes up against another character who she has to fight, basically, because they're in a Gundam school, essentially, not technically Gundam, mobile suit school, and she's the only one with a Gundam. There's another guy which I think is really cool. He's actually he's not a clone of someone. He has his own identity, but they basically took his face or gave him someone else's face. So essentially he comes across as a clone. He's been genetically modified to withstand the Gundam curse, right? Kind of cool concept. He's genetically modified to handle all the extra pressure and energy that Gundams put out.
It sounds lame as fuck, but I'm gonna let you
cool. You gotta watch it. But basically, what ends up happening is he's fighting, and he's going all out, and he loses to our main character. Almost wins. She pulls it out by a hair, but stuff that we've seen her do before, nothing that seemed like an ass pull, but stuff we've seen her do, and she manages to win. And basically when they do a fight, they have to request something that they want from the other person. He requested that he gets her Gundam because she's the only person with a Gundam in the show right now. And she requests to learn more about him. No one knows anything about him. They just know that he's like the pretty boy that everybody wants to meet. And what comes out really cool about it is that before that, she basically asked him, what's your birthday? He has no idea. He's like, my whole life, ever since I can remember, at this point now, I've been someone else. So I don't know when my birthday is. And throughout the episode, he's having memories and flashbacks of his mom and who he used to be. And basically he loses. As he loses, the people who turned him into what he is essentially do what they do with robots that go volatile. They decommission him. And he's in this chamber. We see him getting ready to get decommissioned, so to speak. And in his head, she's thinking she's going to meet up with him for a date so she can actually find out about stuff about him. And he starts singing happy birthday because she did that for him, made that day that he lost to her his birthday because he didn't know when his birthday was anymore. And as he's singing happy birthday, he gets essentially deleted. He's no longer alive anymore. Shit was great. It was an emotional episode. Really cool for all my friends watching Gundam.
Yeah.
Let me know what you thought about that episode.
I'm not gonna hold you as somebody not watching Gundam. That shit sounded trash, but I will apologize for the fucking lawnmower. I guess that's the thing with recording in the middle of the day. If you can't hear that, there's a guy literally cutting his grass right outside. So if you hear that, I'm sorry. He
cutting your grass too?
Yeah, I mean, it's an apartment.
That's what it sounded like. It sounded like he cutting your grass.
It's an apartment, so yeah, it's ridiculous, man. I'm sorry. It's right under my house because I'm only on the second floor. Anyway, I think I'm gonna save Rob J's for last because his is a plethora of fantastic questions like he always do. Let's go to Philip J. Woodward, though. Our boy Philip J. Woodward. He said, I don't think I've heard the answers to this before, so hopefully I didn't miss it. You missed it, Philip J. Woodward. I'm gonna tag you. When this episode releases, I'm going to tag you in this episode so you can listen to it. And I want you to listen to our answer this time. But I digress, okay? What he asks is, what is your ideal anime video game? Okay, that question we've answered multiple times before, but he gives us a lot more detail this time. So the question is, what is your ideal video game like? If you could have any story, style, game mechanics, and an anime art style with a story written by your favorite mangaka, what would it be? So we've answered this question before. I think it was a question from Twitter, and it was also a question on our Get to Know My Check Waifu when we did that in the past. This one is a little bit more in detail, though. What is my?
Let's do it one part at a time, because I heard it all, but we need to bounce it back and forth.
Let's do it. Okay. What is your ideal anime video game?
If I had an anime video game, my ideal anime video game would be, I don't want to say solo player, because I really don't like solo player games that much anymore. But I would say like cooperative co-op, like just co-op 2 people. And I want it to be, shut up. I hope you just choking on water and not talking shit.
No. I was choking because I got a thought that while I was drinking water. So I spelled it wrong.
Okay. All right. My bad. All right. My ideal anime game would be like a cooperative 2-player game with strategic and horror themes. So like,
okay, now where I thought you were gonna go.
Yeah, I want because not like Kingdom Hearts or like anything like that. I want it to be actually like, I'm worried about what might happen when I turn that corner.
You want me to tell you what my ideal video game for you is, where I thought you were going to go as soon as you said cooperative?
Go ahead.
What is your favorite manga, Montel?
I'm go ahead.
Okay.
Star Exodus?
Yes, that's where I thought you were going to go.
I figured that.
I thought you were going to go there. I'm like, oh, I know what kind of cooperative this would be, because those two end up becoming a couple, I think, or something like that, and that should be probably a fire thing to see. Okay, anyway, for me, what would my ideal anime video game be? The start of my ideal video game will probably be I kind of want a spy thriller kind of deal. The spy thriller is going to be obviously single player. No, you know what? I take it all back. Everything I just said, erase, delete, get rid of. It's going to be a fucking MMO. It's going to be an MMO, obviously. Obviously, it's going to be an MMO. Okay. Let's get into the next question so we can figure out where we're taking these video games to. Okay. So, like, if you can have any story, style, game mechanics, and what anime art style. Okay, this is all kind of like a big run on. He kind of describing like what. Okay, let's start off with any story. Let's go with story first. For me, I want the MMO to be a tactics MMO. Like, you still have your individual characters, but there's tactics involved. And now let me explain.
I don't know what you got to say after this, but I already fuck with it. I want it.
Yeah. Cause check this out. Okay, the art style, I want it to look like, and stick with me, I want it to look like Chainsaw Man. Okay, where it's mostly anime, but with the CGI. Like, I want it to be 3D like that. Because in this game, this is about to be so fucking crazy. With the game mechanics of the tactics style, basically what I'm saying is I want to be able to create my own individual character. I want it to be in the world of Yggdrasil. I want it to be Overlord, basically. Okay, a tactics MMO Overlord, where you either have to go against Ainz, or you go against, or you create a character like Ainz, or just the game mechanics of Overlord in an MMO with tactics game mechanics, I think will be the ideal video game. And the art style like Chainsaw Man, like, it should look sick.
Well, and what I think about when I see that is, like, obviously you make your own character that you gotta level up and make stronger. Yep. But you control your kingdom. Yep. Like army, kind of like the tactics. Like you push out units to different kingdoms to do different things. That's and exactly meanwhile, right. You building up your main character. That shit sounds hard. Yes,
you bringing up your main character, but you also bringing up your NPCs as well. Like the same way Yggdrasil or Overlord is sanctioned. Oh, it'd be sick.
For all the game developers listening, go ahead and make that, and then
bruh, be so fire.
Send us the pre-made.
This is like just like Overlord though. So if you're undead, you get no penalty for PvPing an undead if you're like a regular human or any other like regular based race. Like that shit should just be fire, bro. It should just be fire.
Art style for me, it would have to be in the art style of I'd actually like the art style. And hear me out when I say this. I want kind of like the ReZero art style.
Beautiful.
Just because I feel like it can be very funny or it can be extremely dark and dramatic. So I like that variable. Now, in terms of like, I know you said like the tactics gameplay, and I know I want like a slower paced horror strategy game where you kind of, I don't want to say strategy in terms of you got to build up like a team to fight against stuff. I'm thinking of strategy like you got to build up, like you got to survey where you're going to avoid whatever danger. Some danger obviously will be imminent. You can't avoid it, but other parts are going to be things that you can try and avoid with like other scary stuff that might happen. So I would love for something like that where it's going to be scary and gory. Art style though, like I said, with that ReZero art style, I'm 100% with it. I don't want it from my favorite mangaka though, because my favorite mangaka makes my two main characters fight each other, and I ain't with it.
I see. Makes sense. I mean, for me, I want Miriyama to write it, which is the creator of Overlord. Mm-hmm. Like, that'd be perfectly fine with me. The story doesn't really matter that much in MMO because it's all about the story you create. But like, he can write the world lore, obviously, and shit like that. Like, it'd be amazing. It'd be incredible. Which,
agreed.
That is literally my idea of MMO, man. My ideal MMO. Like, to have something like that has the, I guess, something like a Total War type fighting, like army style, or even a city building, like fucking a game that's coming out soon called Manor Lords. Like, I would love that shit. Oh, God, I'm getting way too excited. Like, this shit real.
And it would also be dope to assign certain jobs to like your NPCs.
Yep.
And they do things like, if you say, hey, I need you to build, like set up buildings and stuff, they can do it like based on like certain stats. They'll do it in a certain kind of organization. That should be hard. So like, good, if they have a high intelligence stat, they might be really good at organizing buildings and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But they also might have been better to be sent out on intel missions because they can, understand the enemies better. It'd be really cool to see that kind of layout.
It'd be fire. It'd be so fire. Okay. So to move on, hopefully you're done cutting the grass out there. Who knows? Rob J. Make sure y'all follow him at Rob J on Twitter, or at _Rob J on Twitter. Sorry. He says, his first question, he has a plethora of questions per usual, and they're all super bangers. So he says, do y'all prefer to binge watch a show or watch week to week? I'll start. Okay. So since we started doing this podcast, I became an okay guy with week to week, because what week to week allows me to do is that allows me to get in a bunch of different shows opposed to just watching one show straight through. So watching one show straight through, you tend to burn yourself out on anime sometimes. I know I do. I know I did when I used to do my One Piece watches and even our long form shows. That shit was burning me out. Like, I didn't want to watch anything else for the following week. So it'd just be a lot. Like, I would have to take a day or even 3 days before I would watch, the rest of the seasonal stuff. So binge watching is great when you're trying to go through the story. Like, for instance, if you're binge watching Summertime Rendering, you're fucking in for a treat, right? But in certain situations like Summertime Rendering, you would kind of prefer to binge watch that. Like right now, More Than a Married Couple But Not Lovers is a show that I wish I can fucking binge watch. Like, every time an episode ends, I'm like, fuck, I need more. I need more of this fucking show. And that's my issue with week to week sometimes. But the week to week is kind of my preferred way of doing this because of the podcast covering seasonal shows. I think it's kind of like perfect. Yeah.
So I'm kind of similar in that regard. Like, I I'm not gonna say I really like binging because I feel like as soon as I watch one episode, there's very few anime I actually want to binge all the way through. But if it's something that's really, really good, like Polo said, Summertime Render, 100%, I would do want to binge all the way through. But also, I'll just say this: Summertime Rendering for me personally for a binge, I'd probably only watch, like, since I know it's 24, 25 episodes, I'd probably only watch 8 episodes.
That's true.
And then I'd be like, all right, let me chill.
Yeah, mentally you'll need a break.
Give me some time to digest it, and then I'll go back. And that's why I do like the week-to-week thing, because you do get some time to digest it, see what you think about it, and then you got time to rewatch it in between, and then next week comes around like, boom, all right, now I fully understand what's going on.
Yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly. But like I said, some shows, like this fucking More Than a Married Couple, I'm like, I just need all 12 right now because I get blown back at the end of every episode because they do such a good job of progressing the story. Like, progressing the story makes you be like, oh shit, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? I need to know what's going to happen next.
I feel the same way about both More Than a Married Couple and Eminence in the Shadow. And I hate to say it, I'm ready for whatever the fuck is happening next week, every single time. I'm ready for more of what's going on.
Same. Next question is favorite overpowered character from an isekai? Let me see. Wow, it's easy. It's Ainz. It's Ainz just because he's funny, and he doesn't even like. It's not that he's smart by any means or he has the answers to everything. It's just that he's so fucking powerful that you can't do nothing with it. Like it's just because of his knowledge of the game, which is very, very, very important, that makes his overpoweredness so enjoyable to watch. That's for me.
So my character would be, and I'm only choosing this character to be a counter to Polo because I don't want to choose the exact same character. I know it's Voldigold.
Come back next year, I think. Yeah,
clearly very overpowered. So yeah, that's gonna be my choice because he might have been going ahead and putting in work on Ainz.
I don't know about that, but because they both have time spells, it's a whole ordeal between those two. Like for real, that'll be a tough one to go against, to be honest. Next one is favorite dessert. Shit, man, this is hard because I don't really like sweet things that much.
Chocolate chip cookies.
Go on. My favorite dessert would probably be cheesecake. Cheesecake for sure.
I'm surprised. That's pretty rich, bro.
Yeah, that's pretty rich. I hate you. That's pretty rich. He says, the last question was, what was the last anime that made you cry? Whew, that one's tough, man.
It's the same as the first, and I'm gonna go with Clannad.
That was the last time you cried?
Yes.
Did I even have a tear slide down for anything? Let me just double check here. Let me double check the seasons, the past seasons. I'm gonna start off with spring.
I feel like there was one you was talking about where it's like a little kid who her village.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to remember. I can't remember the name of it though. Okay, I gotta go to
like Golden Time. Not that. It's not that. It's
no. That one's really good though. I don't think that was the last time I cried though. Oh, what was it, bro? I am baffled by the fact that I can't remember his name because it was probably such a good show. I mean, was it really that good if I can't even remember? I'm looking still. I'm not gonna cut any of this out, by the way, because I ain't got time. I'm still looking. Okay, the one that got me, I would just say this. The one that made me shed like the one tear thing, it wasn't really like a cry. It was like a tear. You know, the either the happy tear or the sad tear. It was the sad tear though. The one sad tear that made me fall was the Yakuza God did babysitting. It was when she was it was a situation with her mother, the kid's mother, and it made me it made me do the one tear thing. I haven't cried probably since like something like either Golden Time or Clannad or something like that. Yeah, it'll probably be, because I watched Golden Time relatively recently, so it'll probably be something like that for sure. Great questions as usual, Rob. Those are really, really good questions. Let's actually slide to what is it called again?
The recommendation roulette.
Recommendation roulette. Tell's turn to roll the year, and my turn. Well, I guess it's both of our turns. Tell turn to roll the roulette. What year?
The year is 2008.
Amazing. 2008 recommendation. Let's go with.
I see something that he could easily recommend.
Oh, I already see something I'm going to recommend too, but you go first.
Because I saw Clannad right at the top, and I was like, that's obviously Polo's first choice, but you know that gets recommended all the time. I'm gonna go with a certain magical index.
Really?
Or no, I'm not gonna go with that. Cash Earned Sins. I know a lot of people didn't always like Cash Earned Sins, but when you watch it, it's definitely on point. I love the art, style, and design, everything.
Okay. I'm gonna go with. I'm not gonna go with Clannad because Clannad came out in actually 2007. I watched it in 2008. I'm gonna go with Toradora. Toradora is a slice of life that I think everyone should watch. It's extremely cute, very interesting, like ending to it too. So Toradora is really, 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 really good. I can't recommend that one enough. All right, we're gonna take this quick break. When we come back, we're going to spoil. Starting off with My Hero. Oh, actually, let me get back to my page. See, normally the shit I will cut out, y'all are all getting right now. Okay, I'm not going to cut this out either. We're going to spoil My Hero season 6, episode 6. We're going to spoil More Than a Married Couple, episode 5, and we're also going to spoil The Eminence in Shadow, episode 5. So when we come back, we're going to spoil these shows. Probably in that order. Yeah, in that order. So stick around. We'll be right back after these.
Cambridge to Boston, lives in a world she's lost in, victim of compromise. He's staring at her Aberdeen heart, London eyes, Glasgow bones. She's whistling the catacombs, a paradise. He's in love with the statue in the marble block. He's in love with the girl that time forgot. She just shuts her ears. She's falling too far with salt in her scars. Won't let it taste her tears. She's falling too far. The girl that time forgot. He's my time forgot.
And welcome back to Mic Check Waifu. You know, this song I use, it's called The Girl. And it's a Mr. Fuji Wooji remix. Remix is so fucking fire. Remix is absolutely incredible. So make sure you check that out. The song will be in the show notes. So check that out there. It's a great song. It's a dope song. All right. Today we are going to be spoiling episode 6 of season 6 of My Hero Academia. Let's start there. Tell. Oh, why is this? I'm so glad My Hero's back, man. That's back to his full form. Those 2 seasons withstanding. Last 2 seasons stunk. Everybody knows it. I don't care how you feel with your rose-colored glasses. Those seasons stunk. This season has been flame on flame on flame on flame on flame on flame on flame. No,
this episode was good to you?
150 million fucking % good. What do you mean? This episode was good to you? Yes, it was good to me. It was incredible, bro. It was intense. It was fucking
okay.
It was heart racing. What
was intense about it?
What was intense about it? The fact that Shigaraki is a fucking demon. An absolute demon, bro. He's an absolute demon. I was frightened for Endeavor. I was frightened for Midoriya. I was frightened for Bakugo, even though I know damn well ain't nothing gonna happen to him because they still got like another 2 seasons of this shit left. At least not yet. So like I'm like, oh shit. Like I felt overwhelmingly this fucking whoever cut this goddamn grass. Why aren't y'all done yet? It's not that much grass here. I was overwhelmed by the emotion that I was feeling about Shigaraki and him beating some ass. Shout out to Aizawa for fucking getting there on time, from destroying the 10th hero. Shout out to Endeavor for fucking bopping Shigaraki. It was just, all of it was just so good to see. We're not bopping him, but just putting some
he definitely hit Shigaraki hard, but
yeah. It ain't decent.
Shigaraki's actually a demon, as you know right now.
I hate it though, because he's like, okay, he feels a little bit too powerful.
How? It took him 4 months to get here.
Yeah, I don't think that's. I mean, he didn't do shit for it. He's genetically modified. He didn't do anything for it.
We've been seeing genetically modified people more or less since the first season, you know?
Yeah, but that shit is like kind of a.
They've been building up to this.
Yeah, I think it's a I don't know. I'm glad that they're doing it like this though, because if they didn't, then it'd be like the villains will probably have no chance, to be honest, if they didn't genetically modify Shigaraki, because all we would have to worry about is Gigantamax. What is his name? Gigantamax. Yeah, whatever his name is. Then that would be the only threat, and I think he'll be taken down in 3.
Yeah, but even so, right? Let's say they did do something like they didn't genetically modify Shigaraki, and his quirk just evolved,
which would be dope. That's what I think I would like better.
Let's say Gigantamakia was behind Aizawa, while Shigaraki is in front of him. Mm-hmm. What's the choices to be made here?
I'm still stopping, because you can't stop. I don't think Gigantamakia, whatever his name is, I don't think his quirk can be erased, because
he has several quirks.
Okay, I don't think it could be erased. Yeah, because he's more so of a physical presence. But Shigaraki, on the other hand, that needs to go, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're gone. And if it evolved, let's say it naturally evolved to where what he touched decays, and what's touching that decays. Let's say that's the evolution of it. Mm-hmm. Then he's still the major fucking problem. He's still the biggest problem there is.
The coolest thing about Shigaraki's evolution is that it's not just everything he touches and everything that what he touches decays. It's that he can also control what decays when he touches it. So like when he did destroy everything and we see that all the no moves survived, I was like, oh yeah, this is demon time. This is what it's supposed to be. This is going to be like Shigaraki pulled up. He says, I want to touch this and destroy literally everything within 5 miles. It just is what it is. Yeah. You can't touch the ground. You got to make sure he can't touch anything.
I guess what I'm saying is I didn't like the fact that he's fucking regenerating. I think that shit is trash. I think regenerating in any anime is garbage. Regardless of what it is, it's stupid.
No, but here's the thing though, is like he was regenerating, right? He can't regenerate with Aizawa's eyes on him. So technically it doesn't change much from what you already saw. The only thing that changes now is that he's physically modified to just be physically stronger.
Yeah.
But he can't regenerate with Aizawa's eyes on him because that's a quirk.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
So-
That's why we need Endeavor to do what he did at the start of this fight again without him being able to regenerate. But I already know.
But he gonna get knocked all the way back if he try.
Yeah, I already know. Well, I don't know, because if he's being erasured right now, then how would he be blown all the way back?
Because they showed that the physical strength, he was able to basically fly just from moving his arm and hitting the ground. He was able to basically go through the air. That's what they showed in this episode. He went boom and went flying to avoid getting hit.
Yeah, but if you're getting hit with a jet fire, I mean, fucking Endeavor is mid range. You know what I'm saying?
You're right. I'm not saying that, but I think the point in like Endeavor's strongest move is technically still it has to be up close.
It's a mid range move. But
when they did, like when he did use it on the Nomu, right? When he grabbed him and did the, what do they call it, brave burn or whatever he called it, and put his chest on bro and
that's
went
afterburn. Yeah,
afterburn. That's his strongest move. But he had to be up on bro to even up on the Nomu to even get that off.
yeah, because the Nomu can regenerate. If Shigaraki at this time with Eraser doing his thing can't regenerate, he don't need to literally physically grab him and incinerate him like he did with the Nomu. Because with the Nomu, he had to literally burn every piece of him for him not to be able to regenerate again. So I don't know. Regenerating in anime fucking stinks, bro. It's always a card that they use when they know that what else can I do to make this more of a challenge, which I'm okay with in this particular case because the challenge has been threatening. Finally, I feel like this is the biggest, like the biggest threat we had. Overhaul was cool, you know what I'm saying? He was fine. The beginning of Overhaul was so good. The beginning of Overhaul seemed threatening, and then it just kind of went to shit like quickly after. But I think Shigaraki is now a proper threat. I'm just
you making me remember stuff and put two and two together that I didn't realize initially. About Shigaraki and Overhaul.
Yeah. I love it though. I'm loving it. I'm loving every single episode that I've watched so far. There's not been an episode where I was like, damn, this shit is slowing down. This shit is getting bad. This shit is getting worse. No, everything.
This was actually my least favorite episode.
That's crazy to me. That's crazy.
And
to me.
only because like I feel like the physical representation of how ridiculous Shigaraki is, it's like, wow, this is what the fuck. It's kind of how I looked at it. It's like he's too powerful.
It did seem a little too much, but I also love the fact that when we finally went to Deku, he was thinking, you know, like I love that the thought process behind it all. Like, yo, I got to get the fuck away from the people. If I get as far away from the people as I possibly can, then I know since he's chasing me. But again, the whole one for all for one cause in their heads is still fucking weird to me. But knowing that the course are connected is kind of makes up for it, sort of. But like, I loved it. I loved every single bit of this episode. I think this episode is the trajectory for this show. It continues to do this for me. Like what you it seems to have. Oh, sorry for those of you who aren't watching the video version. It's an upward trajectory. For you, it seems to kind of like taper to an even playing field. Yeah, plateau for you. No, it's still going up only because of the implications of what this episode did to push the story forward, which is something that My Hero Academia the last 2 seasons has not done, or they done in a sense where the pacing was just fucking weird and slow.
So what's your gut check?
Gut check for this episode. For the next episode, I mean. I think Midoriya is gonna fight Shigaraki with Eraser's assistance, and I think he's gonna get washed. I hope so. That's kind of what I want to see. It's not what I think is gonna happen. That's kind of just what I want to see. But I think we're gonna lose a couple of top 10 heroes next, though. To be honest.
Love to see it. Good gut check.
All right. You don't get a gut check because you already read it.
Yeah, I read it.
You don't
I
matter.
think that what happens next.
All right,
Polo.
next we're gonna talk about More Than a Married Couple But Not Lovers, which is literally my episode of my show of the season.
So, hear me out. This episode, I definitely enjoyed this episode more than a married couple. Really, really good episode in terms of like the emotional like evaluation of how they saw how like Jiro saw Shiori and Akari. And I always look at like anime like this and think about like how funny it is that the main character always has to have the strongest will, where he won't push through. He won't do what you expect to be done or whatever. So I'm like the whole time waiting, like he ain't gonna do this. He ain't gonna do this. And I'm like, oh, you know what? He getting real close. But I was like, I could always kind of relate to that, because there was a lot of times as a kid I feel like he ain't gonna do this, and I knew like in my mind I ain't gonna do this. This ain't me. So I related to him in that regard, like where I'm thinking he ain't gonna do this. But he went a lot farther than I expected. But that nosebleed was hilarious. I was like, all right, that's funny. That's mad funny.
Which would probably happen if all that blood was rushing that fast. Yeah, so like for me, I didn't even care about that part. That part wasn't even the best part of the show to me. The best part of the show to me was the confirmation that Shiori does like Jiro. Obviously, we do that from his sickness episode. But like for her to know how she feels, that's what I was saying. It makes it so difficult now, because she feels so much more, and we finally got to hear from her fully 100%. Like that was all the confirmation I needed to think like, damn, like now I don't even know, because I love the way Shiori is. And yes, I totally agree with you. Akari is the best girl, but it still had me thinking conflicting thoughts between, fuck, now I don't want Shiori to be sad because now he chose Akari. Only because I didn't want him to be sad. But I love the fact that I have these thoughts in my head now, and that is actually wonderful. It's a wonderful feeling to have while I'm watching this show. Also, what I love though is Akari starting to fucking figure herself out. Like, damn, do I think I really like him, love him. Do I? Like, it's just, again, I understand how she's wrestling with these thoughts, because of the way they structured the story in this writing is so good, with just kind of like slowly revealing this information, or slowly revealing the character's internal feelings each episode at a time, step by step, and it's been executed perfectly.
So here's my thing, right? And this is wholly unnecessary, I know. My issue really more or less is I hate that there's like four people that kind of got this love square, I guess we're seeing. But that's not my issue, is the love square, more or less. My issue is that Shiori, Akari, and Jiro can't say how they feel about the other.
Yeah, and to be honest, man, I understand it. You understand it as a viewer, because
I understand it.
Absolutely, you understand it as a viewer, because look, if Jiro say I like Shiori after Shiori was like, I'm glad we're friends during the time where he tried to confess when they were younger, and him saying like, oh yeah, I'm glad we're just friends too, and confusing her and making her think, well, we're just only friends too. That is a great way of depicting that story, because like they don't want to ruin what they have now. If Shiori says, Jiro, I actually love you, and Jiro was like, yo, but we're just good friends, then their whole relationship is tanked. I also love the fact that Shiori is like, fuck, I need to do something, because I was the only girl that they talked to, and now I'm starting to feel like maybe I can possibly lose him to another girl, which is making her now kind of be more assertive and more aggressive. This episode was so good. It revealed so much information that I almost forgot about I almost forgot about the Shiori thing, saying like, hey, he used to only just talk to me, and like now that I have the opportunity to lose him, I want to at least let him know how I feel, and that shit had me like, yo, fuck, man, fuck.
So as a question posed to you and listeners / viewers, you're not willing to lose a friendship over someone you're in love with?
Good question, man. That's a great question.
Here's the thing, and I look at it this way, because like a lot of obviously relationships start off as friendships. I wouldn't be in the marriage I'm in now if I didn't, pursue something with my friend, someone that I loved and I did pursue something with in terms of, past a friendship with someone who was a friend at some point. Mm-hmm. Now, the thing is though, is that like these people were childhood friends.
Yes.
And I do understand the idea that this is someone you grew up with, kind of like your best friend. So yeah, you probably don't want to necessarily ruin that relationship.
Yes.
But are you going, because I feel like you are, I'm not saying you are, I'm saying like as the character or a person in that relationship or a scenario, you're kind of self-inflicting heartbreak.
You could look at it in both ways, because either way is going to be a self-inflicted heartbreak if the other is not down and you are entirely not sure. Like, again, she was used to her and Jiro having their relationship because she's not good at talking to men. He wasn't good at talking to girls, so they always had each other. Okay. Like you said, they were best friends. Now, you say, okay, I'm in love with you. And then she'd be like, wait, but I'm not in love with you, or vice versa. Just you don't know that they actually love each other, but not knowing, having the opportunity to say, look, I'm in love with you, and she's saying, I'm not in love with you, we're just good friends. That ruins the entire relationship. The entire relationship is awkward. He's sad because now his love isn't reciprocated, or her love isn't reciprocated. So it goes both ways, obviously, but their love won't be reciprocated. And now their friendship is completely on ice because now you're in this different situation to where, like, I know he likes me, so now I got to like move different. And I absolutely respect that, because now you can't go back to the relationships you had before, because now the relationship is altered because of these feelings that the other person has. Now they're both in that situation because they both don't know which way to go with this, and that is very conflicting. But like I said, this is why I love this show and why I actually had some affinity for Shiori, because now she's in a situation. It's just like, well, shit, I was used to having him, somebody I can talk to, somebody I can smile with, somebody I can laugh with, which I never had before because I'm not good at talking to guys, and he was always there for me. But now there's an opportunity for me to lose him. So now I'm going to attempt to make the moves, and it's obviously hard for her because, it's awkward. Like, she can't make these moves because she don't know how to do it, obviously.
And on top of that, they even dropped in the fact that now a couple of groups in this practical exam are actually dating. They dropped that in to kind of sprinkle in some people getting serious in here. So that's kind of cool.
It's so fucking cool, man. This show is so good.
Are we doing a gut check for this, or are we just gonna roll with it?
Yeah, let's go. Let's gut check, man. Their emotions are starting to develop. Akari, what she said on the balcony, fucked Jiro head up. Jiro fucked his own head up. He's like, no, she has tension. She didn't mean it like that. Obviously, she's meant for practical sakes, and that fucked my head up. So I'm like, fuck. I don't know. I'm thinking she's gonna do more to put herself forward with this, and not for the sake of the practical, but for the sake of trying to get Jiro to fall in love with her, opposed to Shiori.
I agree with that. I think that Akari is gonna try and establish something, and I think she might even at this point. I think next episode or the episode after that, she's gonna give us.
Shiori's gonna establish some what? Sorry,
Akari. Oh, Akari's gonna try and establish herself against Shiori, but I think not this next episode, but the episode after that, she's gonna make a decision to no longer chase Tenjin, and I think that's when we're gonna get more of Tenjin as like a main character, and we're gonna see what his intentions are.
Good shit. I love that. Great show, man. Great show. Episode 6, and we got 6 more after that. Hey, next episode is midterms. Yeah, okay. Next 178 will be midterms for the fall. So we're gonna get into that. All right, last but certainly not least, The Eminence in Shadow. You love that. Listen, I got some expensive headphones. I have an expensive mixer. I have all of the expensive sound shit. I thought it was just okay. The Atomic piece, I thought it sounded just okay. You know?
Well, first of all, hear me out, because I didn't watch it with my headphones on. I just said make sure you have it. I watched it on my TV, and I got the surround sound. And when I heard the "I am" and then the "Otomik" with the whisper, and I heard it from my left and my right with the whispers, and then
I heard it in my
coming
earphones
out,
too. Yeah,
I was like, "Oh my god, no, that shit was hard." But I do understand why that might just sound regular, but I just love I guess the delivery of it was important.
yeah, that was. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because the delivery was like, because the whole episode he's kind of showing, and I think even the episode before it, he kind of showed he OP. They're not ready for him, and he's still like, he still kind of has that aloof personality where he doesn't really know what's going on. He's just kind of acting and doing his thing, what he says he's doing. But his approach and the delivery is so like main character-esque for the delivery, because this is when he knows he's the main character. He knows he's the main character right now. But as soon as he's out of the shadows, he's like, oh, okay, I'm not the main character anymore. Let's act like I'm not the main character. But that was main character delivery. So, like, he switched it up. Right. He switched it up on us. But yeah, that was nice. And we got to see what's her name? The white hair girl. We got to see her kind of what's her name? Not Beta. I don't know her name right now because I can't look it up. But we got to see her kind of look at her sword style and appreciate it for what it is. And I thought that was really nice too, as a memory, kind of like getting to understand and seeing what she's actually doing, regardless of how good she is at it, but why it's so important.
Everything that led up to the atomic was so fucking fire, bro. Like him just talking all that shit. Like, listen, I did this, just so I can become the atomic. It was so good. Like you said, the delivery was fucking effortlessly great. My thing is what did you think about her actually saying, well, let's try to continue this relationship, and him saying no, and her slicing his fucking throat?
That was hard.
That was fucking hilarious.
Because it's like he knows that's not he's gonna be the main, and being with her is main character status. He's not trying to do that.
Do you think it's because she knew?
I don't think it's because she knew. I think it's because she appreciated what he said, and she didn't learn until she saw the eminence in the shadow. She had to see that to appreciate what he said about her style and his style also subsequently. So it was really dope to see those characteristics. Like he gave her what should be the biggest compliment.
Yeah,
he even built up on why her sister complimented her so much, and we even saw that relationship kind of rekindle.
Which I thought was fire. Like this, I think the show is really good. This is another one of the shows where I was like, wish I had 2 episodes a week. I kind of just want to, because it seems to go by relatively fast. With
you have fun, when you're having fun, everything goes fast.
Yeah, but it seems to be like very, very minimum story progress. Obviously, this episode was standing because this episode had like the biggest progression since the show started, but we're 5 episodes in. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we're just now getting where it's like, okay, now I'm starting to believe that he maybe believes that shit is real, because the guy, the swordsman instructor, mentioned like yo, I'm a part of the round table, blah 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 blah. So does he now believe that this shit is real finally? Like that's what I kind of want.
I can only imagine that he thinks it's real now. Like he recognized that this is not a joke anymore. It's not a game. Yeah,
like I think he has to realize that this shit is real now.
But that doesn't necessarily change his approach either, right? Now, I mean, his approach should be more active, but it's still in the shadows, more or less.
Of course. It's still, which is perfectly fine. I just want some recognition that this shit is real, so that we can actually fucking now move in the shadows, like we're supposed to, instead of him just, kind of mundanely going through shit and kind of just fucking bouncing around between this and that. I hope, again, we get more on Alpha, Beta, all the fucking them. I really want us to have more information about them, because I just love it to see Alpha come through and save that little girl. Like,
But we got to, right? Because there's like 3,000 of them.
Yeah, 3,000.
So if it's 50,000 of his little group, like we gotta see at some point who they are, what their names mean, and not what we know what their names mean, but we gotta understand at some point, like, because we ain't even seen like Ada yet. We gotta eventually see more about them, right?
Absolutely. Like I need to.
But
Like
also
Gamma looks fire.
That giant monstrosity, it had the necklace that dude he killed had, didn't it?
Yep.
So that was the dude's daughter.
Yep.
That he could have frequent. Well, technically, didn't have to do it because who did it? Was it
Alpha.
Beta who did it? Alpha.
Yep.
Yeah, Alpha did it for him, so that's dope. Like,
Yeah, but they didn't take her.
Yeah, they didn't take her, but we don't know if like what they process is anymore.
Yeah.
It's a league of them now. They got connections not just in the city anymore. They only were able to gather 115.
Only.
So we don't even know how large their organization is at this point.
Yeah, man, it's so much more, man. It's so much more to this show that I hope we get.
Also, imagine saying only and y'all this strong. Come on, man. What? Only 114 and y'all doing damage like this?
What is it? It's like at least on the cover, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other than Shadow himself. Okay, there's 7 other people who has probably a little bit less power than Alpha, probably maybe along the same lines as Alpha. Oh, bro, shit. And then the girl he met at the end, what do you think that's gonna be? A romance option?
It's gonna be, and I hate to say it, to kind of, this is my gut check. I think that is going to be the next step in him pretending not to be the Eminence in Shadow while he's actually, because I do think that the involuntary, I don't completely understand everything that's going on, like his not absent-mindedness, like his negligence almost to the truth that he's been speaking the entire time.
Unknowingly speaking.
Right, unknowingly speaking.
Yeah, I'm thinking, I think I'm with you on your gut check there. I think it's gonna lead to him having this normal relationship with this clumsy girl who isn't nothing special, quote unquote, even though she's waifu material.
Do you think that's going to take away from how much we like this anime if he continues to just not know shit?
Yes, I absolutely
do. I can see that being like, okay, this is the third person now.
Yeah,
I need you to know something, bro. I'm
ready for you to move like you could move. Like at least with Ainz, he has a plan. He just don't understand how to execute the government side of it, the government side of it. He doesn't know how to really execute, to move about like the next steps as to doing the world domination, even though he's accidentally becoming a world dominator after the first season. And that's better though, because he still understands, like, okay, there's a plan that my NPCs are building and I'm gonna just kind of go along with to keep up my facade of being the leader of the Great Tomb of Nazarick, And
this could be a story trope that gets played out really fast as well.
I agree. I agree. That's with him, like, okay, all right, bro, how do you not know now? How do you not know now? Like, after this most recent episode, now I'm saying, okay, how do you not know now? And if he comes back saying, like, oh, maybe they were just kind of like acting, like, no, bro, you literally just took a sword to his body, and him saying he's a part of this round table cult that does this and this and this and that. You should know now, man. You should know that this shit is real.
Yeah. Even if it ain't the name that you thought it was.
Even though it is.
All right.
I guess that's the wrap.
So we just finished talking about Eminence in Shadow, episode 5. I think if that good, or is it gonna be a trope that falls off really quickly? More Than a Married Couple, also episode 5. Great episode. We loved it. How y'all feeling about Shiori, Akari, Tenjin, and Jiro? My Hero episode 6. Polo's got it on that hill. It's going up. I think it kind of plateaued a little bit, but I don't think it's bad. I'm not saying it's bad. It just is what it is. Also, on that break, let's know what you thought about that song by DJ Polo Born Fly. He is the music curator for our podcast. Recommendation roulette this week was 2008. So we did the year 2008 of Cash and Sins and Toradora for Polo. We also answered the questions on Twitter. Some of them were like ideal anime video games. I talked about Gundam, Witch from Mercury. Anime you almost dropped, but you glad you kept watching. That question was from Huey TJ. I also plan on picking up To Your Eternity. I know some of y'all cried from season 1. I did not. But season 2, let's see how it goes. Also, DIY, do it yourself. Polo already watched the first episode. I'm gonna catch up on some of it as well, so we can bring some conversation about it next week's episode. Of the week was Eminence and Shadow for me, More Than a Married Couple for Polo. Thanks for the questions on Twitter. Subscribe on Patreon for after story and some gameplay coming soon. Episode 177 of Mic Check Waifu.
I'm at Polo Bornfly on all social media.
I'm at King Teliano on all social media.
You can follow our social medias at Mic Check Waifu on Twitter and at Mic Check Waifu on Instagram and TikTok. And as always, Mic Check.
It's a wrap.
You're now tuned into Mic Check Waifu. Is that you? Is that you? Is that you? Is that you? Is that you?